Bibliophiles of the internet, my name is Adriana and today I'm here to do the fall time, cozy time book tag, which has to be like one of the most fun, cutest titles I've ever heard for a book tag. Because this is a fall related book tag, I went all out and I put on a jacket for you guys. Even though today's high is probably going to be somewhere in the 90s for me, I did this for you. Also, I just really miss wearing jackets and I can't wait until it actually gets cool enough to wear them, so that's what I'm doing here. It's an excuse to wear a jacket. This tag was originally created by Novels and Nonsense, and I was tagged by the lovely Shannon from Leaning Lights. I love her so much and I love her videos. She's one of my favorite booktubers, so I will leave the links to both of their videos in the description below so you know what to do. So basically these are a bunch of prompts that are related to the fall season, so let's get started. The first prompt is crunching leaves. The world is full of color. Choose a book that has either reds, yellows, oranges, or I guess some combination of those three colors on the cover. I decided to go with Eon by Allison Goodman because it has red and oranges in this awesome fiery dragon that's on the cover, and I really need to read this book just because it looks really cool. The second prompt is cozy sweater. It's finally cold enough to don warm, cozy clothing. Which book gives you the warm fuzzies? I decided to go with Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell because even though this isn't my favorite novel from her, I just think the romance between Kath and Levi just gives me the warm fuzzies every single time. It's mostly Levi who melts my heart and makes me feel all ooey and gooey inside, but just their relationship just brings me so much joy. Let's leave it at that. The next prompt is inspired by a fall storm. The wind is howling and the rain is pounding. What is one of your favorite books, or what is your favorite genre that you like to read on a stormy day? I'm holding A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin, but really this is just a physical representation for the entire high fantasy genre. I guess it just makes me feel cooler when I'm reading a high fantasy book and it's like gray and stormy outside, or windy outside. We get a lot of wind here. Also, this book has the word storm in the title, so bonus points for that. The next prompt is cool, crisp air. Who is the coolest character who you'd like to trade places with? To be honest, a lot of my favorite books have terrible situations in them and the characters go through awful things, and I really would not want to trade places with them, so I'm really not even sure about this answer still, but I think I'd go with Hermione Granger from the Harry Potter series by J.K. Rowling. I really don't have a good reason for this, I just really want to be Hermione Granger. She is everything I aspire to be. The next prompt is inspired by hot apple cider. Which underhyped book would you like to see become the next hottest thing? You probably know this by now, it is my life mission to be a champion for the Lumitere Chronicles by Melina Marchetta. I literally want to condition you to look at this book and think of me because I love it and not enough people have read it, and I don't necessarily want it to become the next biggest thing so that people are reading it just to say that they're reading the next hottest thing, but I want people to read this and appreciate it for the complexity, for the amazingness, for the high quality that it is. Seriously, if you're looking for an amazing, epic, high fantasy adventure with wonderful characters and fantastic themes and just an unforgettable story, please look into this trilogy because it is, I don't have words. I don't have a word big enough to tell you how great this is. The next prompt is inspired by coats, scarves, and mittens. The weather has turned cold and it's time to cover up. What's the most embarrassing book cover that you own that you would like to keep hidden in public? This was actually pretty hard for me because I usually don't buy books that have extremely ugly covers. Like if the US cover is ugly, I will intentionally buy the UK edition or something like that. But generally speaking, the covers for YA romance books are usually pretty bad. I actually have two examples that I'm going to show you right now. The first one that I have is Pants on Fire by Meg Cabot, and you guys know I love her. She's one of my favorite authors. But this cover is atrocious. It's literally a guy just touching a girl's butt, and it doesn't tell you anything about the story. It doesn't give you any idea about what this book is about. It just makes you look really bad if you're reading it in public. topic. And another book that has a generic picture of white people embracing is Endless Summer by Jennifer Eccles, which is actually a bind-up of 2 of her books. I know this book is about summer romance and all that, but is like, why? That's my only question. Why? 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 The next prompt is not regarding books, but it's inspired by pumpkin spice. What is your favorite fall time comfort food? And I definitely have to say it's this dessert that my mom makes every year around the fall and the winter time, and I don't know exactly what to call it. It's somewhere between a cupcake and a muffin, and it's made from spice cake mix, but it's also swirled with cream cheese, and it's just glorious. But that recipe definitely reminds me of fall, and whenever I smell my mom making those, I'm like, oh yes, it's my time, it's my season, this is life. And the last prompt is warm, cozy bonfire. Spread the cozy warmth. Who do you tag? And I tag these people over here, but you, yes, you watching, should definitely do this tag because it's fall time, at least in most places. I know the equator is a thing. And this is just a super fun tag. So I just really think that if you see this video and you want to do it and I haven't tagged you, just consider yourself tagged. Go ahead, go all out. I support you. But that's all I have for this tag video today. Thank you so much, Shannon, for tagging me because I had such a fun time filming this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will catch you on the flip side of the page. Bye! Choose a book that has either reds, oranges, yellows, or I guess some combination of those two. Get your math together, okay?